Alright, welcome back to the Frosty Fausting Samurai Showdown Top 8 analysis. So now we're going into loser semis. We got Big Bates and ScrubSaibot, Genjiro versus Tam Tam, and at least from a Big Bait side, he practices with a Tam Tam pretty often. And Painbot, who recently won Kumite in Tennessee. So he is very well versed in this matchup, and he's not fond of it, to say the least. So we'll see how it goes going in. ScrubSaibot climbing up through losers himself. And these guys are fighting for that opportunity to make it to losers finals. To go face score himself. Alright, let's go. So kind of a passive first round here. Again, a lot of what we've seen. ScrubSaibot just, filling it out. Bates not committing too hard because he knows what happens if you get caught into the vortex of getting poked. He doesn't want to get frustrated. So, lands the first hit of the match and gets himself the life lead. He's not going to disengage. He's just going to hold the spacing there, but it kind of backfires as he's looking for a deflect and gets hit with a down heavy instead as punishment. So it just feels like Bates is just like constantly out of reach of what he wants, and ScrubSaibot is consistently making him pay for it. But he manages to get the overhead knockdown, but again, it's a down kick. It's just it's enough to put him down. And even though Bates hit that DP, it was pretty risky considering the life deficit there. But he had to make some kind of chance to get things started. And yeah, he runs into he runs in and ducks. And ScrubSaibot calls it out twice in a row with rising jump heavy. So if you hit Genjiro as he's ducking or any character, they take extra hit stun, and it's harder for them to punish. Most characters can't. You have to get hit standing or block it to punish Tam Tam on the way up or way back down. So now you kind of see some frustrating mounting on Bates' side. And while he was looking for deflex before, the difference here and now is he's standing clearly outside of the range of Tam Tam's pokes, but he's not presenting it there. Whenever he was presenting it before, he was well within Tam Tam's range. So it wasn't as effective. So I think he's been kind of scared off that tactic, despite how effective it can be versus Tam Tam. But in any case, he manages to clip him with a couple of heavies and some moves. But in any case, it turns back on him quickly. And so basically, yeah, he's just kind of, he hesitates to decide when he wants to be patient, when he wants to be aggressive. And I think what he could do more of with this matchup, just as a general tactic versus Tam Tam, is sit outside of his poke ranges when he's like kind of hanging there. Because when he hangs there, he's kind of sitting in Tam Tam's ranges. And don't crouch as much because Genjiro is a huge character. So when he crouches in front of Tam Tam, it makes him even wider and it makes it even easier for him to poke off of you. So like back up a little bit and just accept that spacing there and force Tam Tam to move up if he wants to do something. That range where you can deflect but not get hit. But other than that, ScrubSaibot handled that pretty well. And so we got Big Bates going to character select and picking Hanzo, one of the sub characters he's been working on specifically for this matchup. So now he's out there throwing the flames, using that mobility to stay out of the way. But unlike with the Genjiro matchup where Tam Tam has to wait, he's thinking about the ticking time bomb called Genjiro down heavy. He doesn't really have to worry about that explosive damage coming from Hanzo for the most part. And Bates got a deflect, but he didn't. But I guess he pressed his buttons wrong and got a throw, or he didn't complete the direction. And so ScrubSaibot is still very much in control of this match. Now he's just aggressively spacing him out. So because since he doesn't have to worry about getting clipped by a heavy and losing a chunk of his life, because Hanzo has damage in certain scenarios, but he doesn't really front load damage like Genjiro does. So in that case, it gives him a lot more freedom to move around in neutral, which he is gladly taking. So you see him being a lot more proactive, a lot more moving around as opposed to versus Genjiro, where he was pretty stationary and waiting for Bates to hang himself. And then using that throw off the recoil. So if you respect Hanzo's recoil too much, he can grab you. And now that he's enraged, he's one of the stronger characters because his fireball is really good. If you don't have a reflect, then you have to kind of deal with it on the screen as he's running around. But ScrubSaibot threads the needle. It manages to put one on his dome. So Bates is, he's just trying to kind of figure out a game plan, but you can just still kind of see the freshness of his Hanzo. Like he does good things, but you can kind of see that there's a questioning in his decision making that wasn't there with his Genjiro, even when he got frustrated. But in any case, he's doing much better now. He's still running into kind of random things here after getting the life lead, and that's kind of another thing to work on, to keep your aggression without upping your risk too much, especially versus a character like Tam Tam, who's not designed to take big damage back from people if they don't attack him. Because while Tam Tam can sit on a lead, he can't really take one back. Not without a lot of mistakes and decisions on your part that are aggressive. So right now, Base is still in control of this, and he's not committing too hard. He doesn't want to put himself out there because he knows right now if he jumps in the air, Tam Tam will rip him apart with a weapon flip. So he knows better. So he's waiting for that. Yeah, he's waiting for that weapon, the rage to die down. Oh, so he missed his punish. I think usually that might have been a Genjiro muscle memory thing where he does running heavy. But in Hanzo's case, it may not work as cleanly as he would like. And so Bates actually just manages to rage just in time, but he had no health left, so he just dies to a jab. So good stuff by ScrubSaibot for just kind of corralling Bates in and adjusting to the matchup pretty quickly. So we're gonna go on to our next match.